Shop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I saw 78's video, and I want to do a video on this last night, but you know, family and fatigue gets a hold of you, and you just say, "Fuck it, I'll do it." And I saw 78's video about Big Baby Miller, and he says, "Well, you got a black man milking you," and not that rubbed me the wrong way. Well, it did rub me. Not. It's just his ideologies. You understand what I'm saying? Because Big Baby Miller comes off in that statement as if he's the kind of guy that would get information when a white man says get information. But when a black man can do the equal, he would objectify him, be like, "Oh, this ain't this, this ain't that," and it bothered me that on a night when Deontay Wilder fell from heaven, landed in hell in the 7th round, and clawed his way back out to earth. And more importantly, didn't go to heaven. He came to earth to celebrate his greatness with us. You understand what I'm saying? His humility after the fight, the reason why he gave Luis Ortiz a chance in the first place. One of the more powerful statements he said, "I still know the price of what milk costs." That's a loaded statement that I think we all need to grasp. You understand what I'm saying? And Big Baby Miller is the only is the kind of guy that will only take advice. Seems like it. And the reason why I'm showing my face in this video, because I want him to see this black man talking to him. And I know it's gonna get to him. If not, I'll send it to him myself. But it's important that we respect each other. And I already know Big Baby's initial response is when he sees this video is, "Who's this nigga with only 15,000 subs and XYZ?" And well, and I think this is important for the video. I normally don't do this, but Big Baby, I am worth 100 times what you're worth right now, right? And I've done it the hard way. You know, I failed, I've succeeded. I was a school teacher. I did it the white man's way. Went to a 4-year college. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not literally worth 100 times more, but I'm definitely substantially worth more than what your purses show. But the conversation is not about that. I said that to get your attention. And I'm not going in on you because I was a teacher for 7 years and I had brown and black faces looking at me every day of my life. And every day they made a mistake, and every day I made a mistake. Every day one of them might have called me a nigga. The next day I might wanted to punch the motherfuckers in the face. But the end goal was to get through 180 days of greatness when I was a school teacher, right? We had 180 days together, and our goal by June 20th was that it was a great experience, right? It wasn't a mediocre, it wasn't a good, but collectively we had a great experience. And I'm not giving up on you yet, Big Baby Mill, but I want you to understand the big picture of this. Eddie Hearn is a promoter. Boxing is a business, right? And you're, in my greatest guesstimation, right? You know that date has been set for August 25th. That's why your ego is so high, because you genuinely know if you perform well against Dua Potts, forgive me for mispronouncing his name, you will get that shot against Anthony Joshua. Well, you're the leading candidate to get that shot August 25th when they go over to HBO. We all know that. And I think you don't understand the business of boxing. You don't know what Eddie Hearn is doing. He's going to steal your audience. All right. Eddie Hearn is going to steal your audience from you. And you're going to have nothing left. All right. All right. Don't be the guy that walks up to a guy and says, I'm going to give you two options. You can get I'll give you $2 million right now, or you can get $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. The guy's gonna take the ignorant person's gonna hear $2 million, take the $2 million, and not do the math and think of long-term investments. Whereas the intelligent man is say, I'm going to take the $1,000 a year, although it's going to take me 6 years to equal 7 years to equal what I just got, the $2 million. But I'll be able to invest, manipulate the system, work the task codes, and at the end of the day, I will be the biggest winner, taking $1,000 a day, right? And Big Baby Miller don't understand. Even if he gets that, he's going to take the $2 million, right? But he doesn't fully grasp the understanding that there's no, where do you go after you lose to Anthony Joshua? Like, literally, where do you go? I would have you as a 4-1 underdog in that fight. Out of not disrespect, just being very pragmatic. All right, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who I would root for in that fight. But I need you to understand the bigger picture, the full picture. All right. If you're looking at Deontay Wilder and you have some disdain in your thought process, if you're not an Anthony Joshua fan, because outside of Anthony Joshua fans, and you're a black person, I would say I even go as far as being a minority, growing up poor in America, you have no right to dislike Deontay Wilder. You may not root for him because he's fighting against your best fighter, whether you were Cuban and you're going for Luis Ortiz, or Latino, you're going for Luis Ortiz. I know someone's going to say, well, Cubans are black. We're not going to have that conversation here. We'll save that for another time. All right. But you have no reason to dislike Deontay. Deontay Wilder is an upstanding man. And he won me over. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you go down my videos this time last year, I had Luis Ortiz as a favorite against Deontay Wilder. All right, just based off of technical skills, boxing skills, and but when I swear to God, when I looked Deontay Wilder in the eye, previously, let me digress. When I heard him speak it was a card. I guess it was the Earl Spence card or something like that. It was some card where he spoke up against racial inequality, when he should have been speaking about Anthony Joshua. He had the entire media world there, and he chose to speak about racial inequality. I just thought that was just beautiful. He and Earl Spence, I thought that was beautiful, essential, and necessary. He wanted me over with that. Then 3 weeks ago, a month ago, let's say a month ago to be safe, I looked him in the eye, right? And here's the special thing. A media member job is to humanize the experience, right? Right? Where it's a conversation, right? But very, very few interviewees will humanize the experience for you. For me, he looked me square in the eye, and I'm going to share this with you guys, and you guys take it how you want to take it. But for me, it was a token of love. It was a token of expression. He looked at me square in the eye and says, I'm a real nigga. And I looked him in the eye and I says, I looked him in the eye and I said, I can see it in your eyes. And he and I, we're not best of friends. I'm not saying, but there's a line of respect there. You understand what I'm saying? And the same way Floyd Mayweather looks at me with respect, because I've never asked Floyd for anything. I talk to Floyd how I talk to you guys. Like, I've never been unabashed. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think it's essential to humanize experience. When you're able to humanize an experience, you understand what I'm saying? I think that makes it a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So, Big Baby, take this as a lesson learned, man. Like, you don't belittle someone and then praise the white man. It's like when I give an example of greatness, the example of greatness should be a black man or a black woman, right? Or a person of color, right? You don't downgrade a black man and give the greater and give the polar opposite to a white man. That's just something that we need to deconstruct and become better with that. You understand? Like when Kanye West says his idols are Walt Disney, and I mean, I thought that was great that he was thinking on higher frequencies, but I would have loved for him to give a black man of greatness. Maybe W.E.B. Du Bois. You know, he's from the Chicago area, right? I believe W.E.B. Du Bois is from the Midwest, and he performed the first open heart surgery. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. You guys understand what I'm saying? So, Big Baby Miller, I want you to win. I'm not rooting against you yet, but you're going to turn over your core. You're going to turn... Your core audience is going to run away from you, whether you lose or whether you're disrespectful. All right? Your core audience loves Deontay Wilder. Your core media members that's going to root for you loves Deontay Wilder. The people that's just going to want answers from you and polarizing statements don't genuinely want to root for you and or your success. And I'm telling you, as a successful black man in America, I'm worth a few $1 million, and I need you to fully understand where the words that are coming out of my mouth. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? All right. It's I think, see the bigger picture, man. See the bigger picture. August 26th, you're gonna be like Sergey Kovalev. No fan base, can't sell out if you lose. I'm not saying if you lose. I mean, you know, I've never said anything disrespectful about Anthony Joshua because he's a black man, and I know that. All my anger has gone towards Eddie Hearn because I don't believe no fighter is afraid of any fighter. I've never believed that. I don't, you know, even the Mike Tysons of the world, no one was afraid of Mike Tyson. You know, it's just that if Mike Tyson's getting $30 million to fight me, I mean, I should get $5, $6, $7 million. That's the discrepancy. I'm not taking $500,000 and Mike Tyson makes $30, $40 million, right? That's the business of boxing, right? And and y'all perceive him as a great risk. Well, I want to. If you perceive him as a great risk, I want a great reward. And I know a few guys goes up in arms. Well, the best should fight the best. Well, I want to get paid. If he's the best and he's the most feared man in the world, I want to get paid for. I want to get paid handsomely for it, right? Right. And that's like me, an example. Like when I buy a building, when I buy a building, I expect to get a great return. I don't look at it. I've never looked at a building for what it is now. I've never bought a property for what it is now, right? I look at it for what it will be when I become a grandfather, right? What it will be when Lincoln is 30 years old, right? And he has no mortgage payment. How easy will this building be to manage for him? And how much it will be worth? What will the rents be, et cetera, et cetera? How far is it away from the new developmental areas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And so I just want you to fully understand the big picture. You're a piece to his chessboard, all right? Now, I think you have potential. I think you're great at marketing yourself. I think that you are can be a player in the heavyweight division just because of you're easy to market. You know, you're easy to. I've never interviewed you. I don't believe. No, I only think I've ever shaken your hand. I saw you at the Conor McGregor Mayweather stuff, but it was so much going. I saw you and your manager, young lady, walking, standing beside you. I'm not sure who she was. Beautiful woman, and I didn't get a chance to get to you. It was just so much. You know, you was in the tent. It was so much going on. And but I want you to win, all right, because I mean, in all honesty, the fair weather fans, if Deontay Wilder gets knocked off, they're gonna look to you if you're still undefeated and find something and find a reason to continue to root for you and or root for you more, all right. So you know, Deontay Wilder put 14,000 butts in the seats, right, and in Alabama, he sells out everywhere he goes. So, I mean, in Alabama, he sells out. So, I mean, he's doing something right. Right? You got to give him credit. And to say he gets $2 million, Big Baby, you know he got more than $2 million. You know the game, all right? And, but publicly, he got $2.1 million. And I think that's a good number. You know, it's not a great number. I mean, he was going to get 4.5 to fight Povetkin or something like that. Close to $5 million. So, but I think Deontay Wilder is doing an exceptional job. I can't wait to talk to the guy this week. Hopefully one time I get to talk. I've never interviewed you. I don't think I've ever spoken with you. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to root for you. All right. I'm actually going to send you this video myself on Instagram. Oh, I actually spoke to you on Instagram last week. I asked you a few questions in your live. You was in the car like how I am now. So we've had some interaction. So I'm going to personally send you this video. All right, and I'm gonna send it to you out of love, not out of disrespect. Hopefully you get through the whole video. And but I represent millions. All right, I'm not saying my subscriber base. I'm talking about the temperament, right? I represent millions, right? It's like a politician saying President Obama was wrong. You just threw away your whole core audience. like a minority Democrat cannot say President Obama was terrible for America, especially with Trump in office, right? You're basically throwing away your core audience by saying Deontay Wilder's a piece of shit, right? On a night like that, right? You got to hug the guy who made the game. Although you perceive yourself as the best player on the team, if the backup point guard, it's a tenant calling me. If a backup point guard makes the game-winning shot, that's his night. I know you're the best player. I know you think you're the best player. But if the backup point guard makes the game-winning shot, you got to hug him and carry him off the court. It's his day. All right? And Saturday night was Deontay Wilder's day, and you should have been a better man. They congratulated him. The man he knocked out basically said, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. The media was trying to find ways to find cracks in his character in terms of Luis Ortiz, but they couldn't find one. All right? And, you know, see, whether you're at top or whether you're at the bottom, it will reveal your character, right? In your worst moments and in your proudest moments, your character will reveal itself. And you showed me a kink in your character. But you're so young. This year has literally been your first year of attention, notoriety, so you don't fully understand how the game works. And hopefully this sheds some light on. And I'm not saying I'm know all be all. I'm Mr. Do it right mentally, physically. I'm not going there, but I understand the bigger picture. All right, and I want you to win. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversation. I'm about to go, big baby. I'm about to go to the gym. I follow you on Instagram. I know you live in the weight room. I'm about to go to Planet Fitness, get some weights, and I'm about to go to the boxing gym and put in 20, maybe 22, 23 rounds, and then go run 3 or 4 miles. So I'm doing the same thing you're doing today, Big Baby Miller. You got a fight coming up. So, but heavyweights don't run, right? Heavyweights don't have to hit the pavement, right? So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And Big Baby, I'm not counting you out yet, but you got a strike against you. All right, peace.